you will recall that there was, in fact, a scandal, according to the media, over a bunch of West Point cadets at the Army-Navy game, a hallowed American collegiate and military service academy tradition. And there were people that were claiming some of the cadets were doing white power symbols. Oh, the white power symbols. Everyone has to get so scared. This is terrifying. Because the media has been telling people that there's a huge rise in white power, white nationalism, all this stuff. The media's been telling everybody because Trump is president. That's what they have all been saying. By the way, how many of you have seen like big white nationalist rallies out in the town square? How many of you have seen an actual rise in white nationalism in any meaningful way anywhere in America? Just have you seen this? I'm sure the Southern Poverty Law Center has crunched some numbers that are trying to claim that there's been a huge spike in. But they always say this, right? This is the Southern Poverty Law Center is a left-wing left-wing group meant to attack conservatives. Now, it doesn't actually really monitor hate. It manufactures the belief that there's a surge in hate, so they can get a lot of donations, and then they can attack conservatives on behalf of libs. I mean, that's really what they do. But there hasn't been the surge in white nationalism, but people have been conditioned to think that that is what is going on in this country. It is very unfortunate. It is very troubling that we are told this, that this lie continues to get credibility from the media. But they said that these cadets were doing white power symbols, and a lot of people said, no, these aren't white power symbols. This is something called the circle game. Well, they did an actual West Point investigation of the hand gestures at the Army-Navy game, and it turns out the school says the cadets were playing the circle game, which is the equivalent of made you look. But news outlets ran with this as white power gestures because they would prefer, really, they would prefer the validation of their hysterical, non-evidence-based belief that the country is having a surge of white nationalism, a surge of neo-Nazism and all this. The media wants people, they'd rather have evidence for that, even if it meant that we have members of our service academy who had adopted a disgraceful and an evil ideology. They'd prefer that circumstance. It's quite clear. They leap to believe this, even though there was a far more innocent and far more plausible explanation, which now, based on the true the in-depth investigation of this, the innocent explanation was the explanation, which is what here we are once again. How many times do I have to come on the show and say, guys, I'm sorry, I was really wrong on this one?